Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Todd Hartley.
What is up, Unite? What is up? Such an incredible honor to be here with you and help take your individual businesses to the next level. I'm going to teach you some things that are going to revolutionize the way you convince and convert. It's going to accelerate revenue. I call this information accelerating yes, but other people look at it as something like remote selling. But I'm going to teach you how to use video to hook your prospects' attention, how to prioritize follow-ups, and shorten your sales cycles. And I'm basically going to be giving you the number one make or break business skill, how to sell remotely. And together we're going to learn the strategies that'll change the way you close deals and the speed in which new deals come your way. And the tactics you're going to get trained in today work if you sell remotely or if you sell face-to-face in person. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the ability to use tools and strategies that'll help you close more revenue faster. But first, my first web project went crazy viral in the early 2000s, generating 36 million visitors a year. On zero ad dollars and a career was born. I got hired to go out to iHeartRadio and run digital for 7 of their largest nationally syndicated talk shows in Hollywood. And I'm a speaker. I own an agency, but I'm one of Tony Robbins' business mastery faculty speakers. And I train businesses and individual salespeople all over the world to do what you're going to learn right now. I own an agency called Wirebuzz. We're an ROI-focused video marketing and sales optimization agency. And here are some of the strategies. I'm going to first talk to you about ROI. The 3 most important letters in business. We're going to focus on return on investment, and I'm going to give you tools that you can use that'll get you a much better return on your investment. Here are some of my clients. Companies like MD Anderson and Home Depot and Bayer and 23andMe and major universities. Celebrities like Justin Timberlake and, of course, Tony Robbins. But many of you are going to use my strategies to close new revenue this week. How can I be so sure? Because I've done this enough times in front of audiences where I've already seen time and time again amazing success, like 4 days after the training that you're going to get right now. But 4 days after I did this training, one of the members in attendance, Claudia, used the strategies, identified the red flags, and closed deals by the end of the week. Here's Claudia.
Oh, by the way, I did my first sales thanks to Todd's advice, so go for it. I sent a video to somebody, I saw a red flag, and I was able to close a deal on Friday, so I'm very excited.
And I'm excited. The fact that I'm going to have the opportunity to teach you these things and get you to the next level, woo! That's like awesome for me. Look, today you're going to be trained in the 3 types of DIY videos that everybody needs to know how to create on their own. You're also going to get discovered on social media, and I'm going to show you how to become an influencer that'll attract your ideal target customer. And then I'm going to give you strategies for closing 75% of your late stage prospects, like the ones that are already, you're starting to put together carts for. I'll show you how to close those deals. But first, I want to talk with you about a responsible communicator. You see, a responsible communicator owns not only what comes out of their mouth, but how it's processed, received, retained, and even shared on the other end. So when I'm talking with you about how you can influence a buyer, I'm also going to teach you how to be responsible for the way they understand your information, because just saying, oh, well, they didn't understand, or, once it got into their hands, they didn't do anything, that's not good enough. You got deadlines and revenue goals and a growth you're trying to accomplish. So today, I'm going to tell you things, and my hope is that it clicks in your head and that you pass this information on to other people in the way that you sell, by being responsible how that message comes out of your mouth, how it's processed, received, retained, and even shared. And when a company hires me, they come out, fly me out, and they're like, all right, marketing boy, this is great and all. Enough of this marketing and sales optimization nonsense. Just pump us leads, bro. We want more leads. And then I go on the back end. like a good little bro, and I start looking at their leads going at each different stage of their sales process. And what I see is leads are dribbling out. They're just leaking out everywhere. They don't need more leads. They need to take better care of the leads that they already have. So why are they leaking out? And why are leads leaking out in your process? I mean, they happen in everybody, so I'm not attacking you, but there's a lot of revenue being lost and not realized, and you can sum it up into these words: confusion kills and clarity converts. So when we're being responsible communicators, we have to constantly be thinking to ourselves, have I confused them? And where can I inject clarity? Because clarity wins. Because when you look at leads, they dribble out when they get confused. And the way you plug those is by creating videos for them. I'm going to show you how to create simple DIY, do-it-yourself videos with your cell phone that you can use one-on-one with people that are in your sales process, but I'll show you how to create other videos that you can put out to the masses on social, and you won't believe how fast revenue generates when you identify people's confusion, you become helpful, and you solve problems, and people will buy from you at freakish rates. So let's dig in, because as you increase clarity in your prospect's mind, you increase your sales results. And that's all we want to do, is increase clarity so we can increase sales results. And that's why I want to start with the most powerful tool in the business world, which is video. Now, why video? Like, why is video the big dog in the business world? And why will it be for the rest of your career? Well, the truth is, it's in the data. Let me show it to you, all right? We're going to do three things. And all you're really trying to do in sales is three things: earn attention, transfer knowledge, and convert them into customers. And when you use video to earn attention, people, that's who we're trying to sell to. They're 4 times more likely to watch video than to read text. Why? Well, the easy answer is we're lazy. And when you give somebody the easy button, you can transfer the knowledge from your big, massive brain into their brain, just like that, all right? So look, when you want to transfer that knowledge, viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in video compared to only 10% when reading it in text. Like, video is a serious tool, but when it goes to converting customers, like where the rubber meets the road, how does video play out compared to other things? Well, let's take a look. After watching a product or service video, prospects are 85% more likely to buy. Boom! Right? That's how we do it. We're accelerating the path to the magic word of yes by earning attention, transferring knowledge, and converting customers like a frigging boss. All right, let's build on this. There are 3 types of DIY videos that everybody needs to know how to create, and you're going to create them like this. I'm going to show you how easy it is, and then I'll show you the magic moments inside of your sales process Unite where you can use video to move people along faster. Now, me just telling you about this, that isn't good enough, because knowledge isn't power anymore. Execution trumps knowledge every damn day of the week. So I'm going to show you how to execute. And you're going to then have a couple of assignments where you can take this and move it to the next level. Oh my God, Todd. Did you just say you're giving us assignments? I'm going to show you how to make money faster. It's going to be a game changer. And before you know it, you're going to be able to earn more, sell more, serve more, grow, and you'll be thrilled with the little assignments that I'm going to give you. All right, let's do this. This is my video creation decision tree. Truth is, there are 3 types of videos. And when I say 3 types of videos, I'm really just talking about 3 types of videos you're going to create. This is a decision tree, and as you go down it, you'll determine what type of video. It's real simple. Here we go. If you have too much information or rattle off the top of your big, massive dome, then you're going to use a teleprompter inside of your cell phone. I'll show you how to do that in the coming moments. If showing something is going to help your prospects better understand, I'm going to show you how to create a show and tell video. Show and tell, where you tell somebody, but you also show them right here. Now, why in the world would you want to do that? Because of the dual coding theory of education. You see, when people learn things visually and in auditory at the same time, boom, they learn at a freakish rate. And when I say visually, I'm like talking about images and photos and iconography. And when you connect that with somebody speaking and coaching them through it, it is a powerful learning tool that you'll use for the rest of your career. Now, what about a selfie video? When do you use it? If you can quickly answer their question off the top of your head, and showing something isn't going to make it easier for them to understand, you create a selfie video. Aight? Good. Let's build on this. Let's create a selfie video. And here goes. Now, there's some limiting beliefs that revolve around creating a selfie video and really creating video in general. And I want to knock those limiting beliefs down, because if you cave into your limiting belief and you're like, dude, I'm not going to use video. I'm not going to use video. You've just limited your ability to accelerate more revenue and serve more people. And that's what you got dressed up this morning to do. Serve more, sell more. So let's dig in on the limiting beliefs. I don't like how I look is the number one limiting belief. And guess what? Even supermodels are in therapy over this topic. But what my desire is to help you understand that your desire should be above vanity, should be your desire to serve people and help them solve their problems. Let me give you a little example here. I'm one of Tony Robbins' business mastery faculty speakers. When Tony reached out to me at the beginning of the pandemic, he asked me to train each of his 74 businesses to sell remotely using these strategies. And I booked like 6 or 7 meetings throughout the whole summer of 2020. And then right after I booked it, the very next week, my dermatologist opened up. And you know what I found out? I found out that I had skin cancer here and here. And it was going to take the next 12 weeks for 3 different surgeries on these 2 different spots. Both spots needed 3 surgeries to remove the cancer and then reconstruct my nose. Okay? You can kind of see the discoloration there. But I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to be bandaged all summer. There's no way I'm going to do the Tony Robbins thing. My wife said, wait a second, dude. You've said your entire life you've wanted to get onto the biggest stage in the world and you wanted to give back to Tony. And so what my wife said to me is, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow your vanity to overrule your desire to serve people? And you know what happened? My wife talked sense into me. This is exactly what I look like, and I didn't want to look like this, but this is how I looked for my full summer of training Tony Robbins' staff at 74 companies. Here's what I look like. So my question to you is, are you willing to look like a clown if it means that you serve people and help them get to the next level? Damn right you are. And if you aren't, you got to readjust this, because this isn't how I wanted to look, but it allowed me to get to the end goal, which was to serve people. And I had to get my priorities in place, and I encourage you to do the same. The next limiting belief is, I don't have an expensive camera. And you know what I say? I say, use what you got, because what you got is pretty damn good. We're all going to get trained on how to use our cell phones. It doesn't matter if you've got an iPhone or a Droid or a Jitterbug. I don't know about a Jitterbug. Jitterbug in the U.S. are like the phones that the senior citizens, very much older senior citizens, would get. I don't recommend anybody using my strategies on a Jitterbug. All right, so we're going to talk about iPhone and Droids, and forget I even brought up the Jitterbug. All right, here we go. Here's your cell phone tutorial. Everybody, you should know. See my hand right there? That is the Kung Fu grip. That's how you're going to hold your phone. Boom, just like this. And what I want you to do is I want everybody to lift up their phone and then take your hand out. That is the Kung Fu grip. The thumb plays an important role in the Kung Fu grip. Watch, because I could turn the, let me get in camera, there you go. I can turn the record button on and off and on and off with my thumb, and I can look in the camera. So everybody get your Kung Fu grip going. Good. Slide your phone in. Boom. Don't worry about filming this way or this way yet. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, the next thing I want you to do is keep your eye at camera level. The camera always, every time, boom, eye level, everybody. Boom, eye level, everybody. Come on, boom. Lift up your phone. Do it with me. Boom. See how easy it is? Right there. And you know what's going to happen? That's the way you're supposed to look, because that's you at your very best. Looking, even the camera right here is at eye level. And don't shoot up at yourself or down at yourself. The only person that likes this angle is your ear, nose, and throat doctor. Cut that out. It's not a good look. Keep the camera at eye level. Amazing things will happen. Your lighting should be in front of you, not behind you. So see the lights I've got? Let me reflect off my hands. They're off to the sides a little bit right here. And notice that I don't have bright lights behind me. So if you live in, let's say, an amazing beach town like the one I grew up in, Manhattan Beach, Southern California, and you've got a killer view of the ocean and pier and people going by on roller skates, God love you, but don't put it in your video, because the sun is so bright that the camera will adjust for the brightness and your face will be too dark for anybody to develop a relationship with you. All right? So keep the lights in front of you, not behind you. I want you to make eye contact with the lens. Lift up your phone. Let's do this together. Where is the lens? It's right here. It's right here. See this on this side? It's right here is where the lens is. So instead of looking at your face on the screen, I want you looking into the lens. Like, watch this. Do you see this? I want you making eye contact into the lens so you can develop a human-to-human relationship regardless. If you're in person or you're selling remotely, you would do this anyway, right? Like if you went and met with somebody, you would look them in the eye and and they would trust you because of it. You got to do the same with your videos, all right? So always look there. When people look at themselves on the screen, they do something obnoxious. They go like this. They get their eyes right, and then they adjust their face to the perfect smile. And then they're like, trying to hold this, and it's creepy. Oh, and they plump up their lips, because we all want plumper lips now. They go like this, right? Don't do that. Just look into the lens, be you, connect with people, and you'll resonate with them deeper. All right. I want you to add massive value, always, every single time. Because the massive value that you're going to add, that is your ticket in the door. And if I add massive value to you right now, I'll earn the opportunity to be able to guide you in another video. But if I don't add value today, and when I say value, of course I mean massive value. If I don't add massive value, you'll never watch a second video from me again. So make sure with your videos, you always add massive value. And I want you to show a willingness to be helpful. Now, I'll get into this in just a moment. And you got to know where this video is going to be posted. It's going to be posted where your customers are. So let me spend a few moments on that. Let me just break this down for you and give you an idea. I want you to recognize before you get started, if you're going to post it on LinkedIn, you're going to film horizontally, YouTube, horizontally, Facebook, Instagram, right? And then what about something like Telegram or WhatsApp? Well, look, here's videos that I did in preparation for this that I put on WhatsApp. It doesn't matter what way you film it. Both work very well, but you do you and what makes you feel comfortable. But I want you to identify where you're going to film, where you're going to dominate, and then film appropriately before you do that. And frame yourself up with a nice background. And when I say a nice background, I want you to realize, don't put yourself up against a wall. And when you frame yourself up, don't leave all this gap. Like a lot of people leave all this space above their head. Why? You're not like a hunting target. You're not going to get a bullseye. Use the full frame. People that put themselves in the center like this, they think they're a hunting target, like they're going to mount their head and put it above the couch so they can watch more Netflix. Don't do that. Use the full frame and a little bit of space, only a little bit above your head. Like, see what I've got going on here? Just a little bit of space right up here. See when I go into zoom? Boom, just a little bit of space. That's all you need to frame yourself up. And don't put yourself up against a wall. Your photos, your videos shouldn't look like police mugshots. Those are creepy. Don't do that. Because the human eye craves something. What does it crave? Depth. The human eye craves depth. So select a really nice background and make that background professional. Do you know what I mean by that? Like party people, get rid of your bong. Don't put that there. Get rid of that thing. Let's be professional. Select a background. Human eye craves depth, and let them focus in on you. You got a messy place that you live in? Make sure you take care of that. Like, I cleaned that desk before I started recording because I want you to see me the way I am, buttoned up and put together. Now, you can create selfie videos on social media when you're answering simple questions, if you're sharing powerful life stories. My God, the powerful life stories that you share that change belief patterns and let people live their best self, share those. And any transformational habits that you have, they're wonderful. Even if you see something in the news that is not controversial, that allows you to get into one of your primary topics about health and wellness and longevity, those are great topics. You can also create one-on-one personalized videos with your cell phone as a selfie video, and you can do it for relationship follow-ups. Like, what is that, Todd? Well, a relationship follow-up is after a meeting, after a Zoom call. Follow up, create a video, answer questions. You can do a personalized video for one person where you're answering simple questions, or even wishing holiday and birthday wishes and congratulations. You can do all of that. Grab the phone, super easy, connect, look at the lens, choose the right background, and put the lights in front of you. All right, let's move on and let's talk about the two most important keys. There are two keys that you need to know about. You see, there are two keys for unlocking someone's heart. And you need to use the keys in order to be able to do that. They're called unlocking videos. And the two keys, the first one is gratitude. Like gratitude's the most powerful force, because if you demonstrate gratitude to people, it's a level of humility and a level of appreciation that's really disarming and beautiful when people do it. Like, I am so amazingly grateful that I get this opportunity to coach you guys and that you're all over the world. You know what that feels to me? The honor to get to do this with you and help take your individual businesses to the next level. Like, I live for this opportunity. That's a gratitude key. Unlocks people's heart. The second one is sincerity. Now, sincerity is essential, because if you aren't sincere, people won't feel it. And if they don't feel it, it won't matter what you say. You need to do both. So let's dig in deeper. I want to practice unlocking people's hearts, and I want to do it in a way that will allow you in sales to be able to develop deeper relationships of trust. So we're going to practice, and I encourage all of you, after I demonstrate it, to practice this on your own time. But I usually take 2 minutes and I demonstrate practicing sincerity and gratitude. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate it right now. And then I'm going to give you a soul assignment, which I'll get to in a moment. But when you do it, it'll feed your soul. It'll lift up your soul and allow you to recognize the real unique power that resides inside of you. I grab my phone. Boom, right here, right? Oh, and I want you to think about people in your family, your mom, your sister, your brother, your aunt, that crazy aunt, the one that knows you can't do anything wrong, that aunt. And I want you to think about something that you are so appreciative for, and I want you to grab your phone. I'll do one right now, okay? For my mom, because I love her. She's the best. Hey, Mom, I love you so much. It was great spending time together last week on your birthday, and thank you for coming out here to Arizona to spend time with me and Wendy and come see our new home and help us pick out all the right fabrics and materials and wallpaper and the painting and all of that stuff. I mean, I know you do that for a living, but it just meant the world to me that you would take out that time from your busy schedule to come out here and help Wendy and I decorate our home so it feels like us, and it's beautiful. I love you so much. Happy birthday month. Know you're adored, and I can't wait to talk with you soon. Love you, Mom. Bye-bye. Okay, like I almost start bawling, right? Because it's my mom. I want you to connect with people, and I want you to work on demonstrating gratitude and sincerity, just like I did. And this week, your assignment, your sole assignment, is to practice unlocking people's hearts in video. And I want you to do that 5 times. What do you mean 5? Todd, I don't want to do it 5 times. Can't I just do it once? Yeah, you can. But if you want to be amazing on video, the trick is if you do it 5 times and you connect your heart with your tonality and your smile and your cheeks and your eyes, and they all connect, and you're talking to somebody you love, you will realize that, like a blueprint, that is the 2 keys to unlock prospects' hearts and people you're trying to sell to. And you just lift that blueprint up after doing it 5 times to a family member or multiple family members, and you create that in your business videos. Now that is the foundation to using video one-on-one and connecting with people. And with every video you create, if it's one-on-one or it's to the masses on social media, connect with that same level of gratitude and sincerity, because that foundational principle works everywhere you're going to be on video. All right, that is, my friends, your soul assignment. I want you this week 5 times. It'll take mastery. It'll take that many times. And then once you've done it 5 times to somebody in your family and you've unlocked their heart, then I want you to start doing that to your prospects and your customers that you're already selling to. You will get 1 word back. Every time I do this to a client, I get the word love back, because people don't sell on a love level. But the ones that do, woo, they're unstoppable, because they're in the inner circle. They're a family member. They become like, and those are the people that buy from you forever. Now let's get into creating a teleprompter video. When do I do that? Well, I create a teleprompter video when I have too much information to rattle off my brain at one time, and it needs to be in a certain specific order. And when I start to get a little stressed out about the order, I create a teleprompter video. Now, let me give you an example. Explaining new products like Renew, which is going to be, well, Renew is going to be introduced in a few moments. It'll be a new product that you get next year, or at least most of you around the world in many areas will get access to Renew. And I've got it right here on my desk, and I'm going to reveal it to you in just a moment. But wait, there's more. You can use a teleprompter video when you're explaining new products or complex ingredients. So let's get into this. This is KK. KK is Tony Robbins' top national speaker. She basically is on stage right before Tony comes out. And you know what she does? She fires up the audience so Tony can step out there and do his magic. But when I did my trainings for Tony and Tony's 74 businesses, right after, KK had to create a video for 1 million people that were participating in Tony's comeback challenge. And she had a bunch of different times and dates and tasks, and it got overwhelming. So what did she do? She created a teleprompter video, and she's talking in this clip about the training you are about to receive. Here's KK.
Teleprompter video is life-changing, especially for the comeback challenge. We had so many things to record, and I was like, wait a minute, I have a screenshot of what Todd suggested for us. So I want to say thank you.
Oh my God, KK, are you kidding? Thank you. The opportunity to get to teach this to people helps them get to the next level. But I should just tell everybody right now that there's another limiting belief that comes in right here. And that limiting belief is, I don't want anybody to think that I don't have anything smart to say. Look, if you feel it, other people feel it, I've felt it. But here's the trick. If you can just organize your thoughts and put it into a teleprompter, you won't have to feel like that burden is on you. You can organize yourself and you can shine just like KK did. So here is, for iPhone users, I'll get to Droid users in just a second. For iPhone users, $12. This is a teleprompter for video. You can get it in the App Store. Here's what it looks like. Put your beautiful face on camera. Here's the script. I want to spend a second on the script. Notice how the script is kind of smushed up next to where the camera is. That's by design. If you're saying to yourself, Yeah, dude, that's great. But I'm like over 40. Keep in mind, I know we're all going blind. I get it. It's part of the deal. But don't put, and this is a word of wisdom, the script across your entire screen. Yeah, I know it sounds luxurious, but what'll happen is, watch this. You ever watch a video from somebody and you're like, that dude's reading? Because I can tell he's going back and forth with his eyes. He doesn't know this stuff. That dude's an imposter. Instead, what I want you to do is just isolate the script as close to the camera as possible, because the eyes will barely move. Instead of going like this, the eyes will just barely move. It'll feel natural, and you want it to feel natural. So I only read the lines that are in the horizontal plane of the camera, and I don't go above or below. That's how you use a teleprompter inside of your cell phone. And Droid users, Nano teleprompter, $4, big savings, Droid users. It's a great one you can use. This is Thomas at my office demonstrating it. And if you are going to use a teleprompter, you should be using a tripod that you can put your phone in the center of it and you can light yourself up. Now, let's spend a moment on this. That phone would get clipped into the middle with the light going around it, right? Look at this one more time. Let's just do this one more time. Your phone would go in the center, and then you would record. And I want to give you another pro tip here. If you are not wearing glasses, I'm wearing glasses. If you are not wearing glasses, you can put the light and the camera in the tripod right in front of you, and bada bing, bada boom, you can record your video. But have you ever watched a video with somebody with glasses and you can see the ring lights right here? Instead, here's the pro trick on how you dodge the ring light. You get 2 ring lights. But wait, there's more. You get 2 ring lights. And the one on the right side of you or the left side of you at like a 45-degree angle, you turn the light on. The one that's right in front of you, you just put your camera phone in there and you do not turn on the light. The reason I like this is if you're trying to hold your phone and you're reading, if you've had too much coffee and you're trying to read, you're going to piss yourself off. It's going to be irritating. Instead, put that in that tripod, let your hands be free, and talk to the camera and move your hands like you would naturally, just like you talk to a friend who's sitting across the table. Don't worry about locking these things down and being all stiff. Be you. Because nobody is more relaxed than you being you. And if your hands come up like this, don't get psychological about it. Just recognize that this is an extension of this and this. And they work together. And when you lock those down, you're no longer being you. And that's why you'll feel uncomfortable. Instead, let you be free. And you'll be awesome. All right? Good. That's how you do it. Now, the secret to getting discovered on social media is kind of fun. It can be summed up. Look at this young lady with the red hair. It can be summed up in one word. She's helpful. So what's the secret, Todd? That doesn't sound like that big of a secret. Helpful is the new viral. So when you're on social media and you want to get discovered, just create videos that are super helpful to people in your target audience. So if you're talking about longevity, talk to people about topics around longevity topics and slowing down aging and anti-aging and living better and sleep and exercise and all those things that you already talk about with them. Be helpful. You'll become their guru. Need an example of how helpful content can change your career? Well, let me give you one right here from my career. I was approached by a physician, a breast surgeon in Virginia, and this is about 4 years ago. And he said, Todd, I want to help patients that can't come into my patient rooms every day. Patients all over the world that I'll never be able to see. It was altruistic. I want you to be altruistic with your information. You'll attract new people like a magnet. Here's what happened. I helped him set up his website and his strategy and get on camera like I'm training you right now and all of that stuff. And then he launched his breast cancer school for patients. And you know what happened? He got helpful and the audience was attracted to him. He started winning major awards. His videos went viral to patients all over the world. Today, he's got more subscribers than the National Cancer Institute in the U.S. or more subscribers than Susan G. Komen for the Cure, which is the big breast cancer organization. And both of those groups that I just mentioned have a 20-year head start on him. So what happened? This obviously isn't the end of the story. So let's fast forward 4 years to the present. And he's at the White House. Why? Because the White House, the previous administration and this one, identified how powerful his message was. And he is the chairman of the White House's President's Cancer Panel. And on the White House's website, it says he founded and is the medical director of the Breast Cancer School for Patients, an online video-based education platform. My friends, if you be helpful and you do that on social, people will be drawn to you like a magnet, and they will automatically see you for who you are, the guru that's going to help them in their lives. So where do you get started? Well, I want you to create helpful videos. They address common questions, concerns, or frustrations that your prospects are struggling with. And it's all supply and demand. Supply and demand. What are your target customers demanding when you meet with them? Supply that information. It's just that simple. So if you're talking about products, and maybe it is something like losing weight, you tell them about losing weight, and eventually you can get around to telling about slender eyes, okay? So like, here are some frequently asked questions about weight loss. You already know what those questions are. People ask you these all the time. Write them down, tell them about the product. I'll even give you a script to use in just a second. But that's a soul assignment for you. Once you write down those questions, you'll start developing content that people want. Supply and demand. Now, what if the problem is getting old? A lot of people are struggling with this. And if that's the case, then you start answering questions about longevity. So here's how you structure the problem, let's say getting old, into something that's helpful. All right? So there's a simple format called problem, agitate, solve. And then you give them a call to action, a CTA. I want to introduce it to you, and here it goes. This is how it works. Problem. Doesn't matter how you do it. You can change the words, but it's got to be something like this. Hey, can we talk about aging? It's a huge problem because ... And then what I want you to do is I want you to agitate the heck out of it 3 times. I want you to agitate it because an emotionally unaffected buyer will not buy. So you have to be willing to agitate them. They have to feel the problem because we solve pain. It's what we do. We solve pain. And you're going to agitate that problem 3 times. I'll give you an example in just a second. But first, how do you know when you've agitated it enough? When you can sense that your audience is getting frustrated, that's a good sign. And they feel like you should think to yourself, are they sitting? This is what I do. Okay, so forgive me. I think, does my audience feel like they're sitting in a dirty diaper and that diaper needs to be changed? That's how you know you've agitated them enough, when they get frustrated and irritated and they got to get out of this thing. And then you swoop in like the big savior that you are and you solve that problem. You can solve this problem by doing X, Y, and Z. And then if you need more information, reach out to me or go to this location. All right? So let's talk about this one step further. Now, the whole goal is to get your viewer to the next step, where they want more information, they want to have a conversation, where they want a link to make a purchase, okay? You can do that. Now, let's take it one step further. Let me apply this. I want to talk to you about a brand new product that many of you are going to get first part of the year, and it is called Renew. Take a look at Renew. By the way, I have early packaging. This is early access, it says. So this might not be the packaging, but here's the deal. Renew is going to help your body from aging, and we've cracked the code. So let me tell you what the script is on something like this, using the same problem, agitate, solve format. We all know that we're getting older, but the key is to not get old, right? This is the problem. Now, agitate it so they feel it. You want them to get irritated. Here we go. Look, it's a problem because your skin is wrinkling and it doesn't have the same elasticity. It's starting to sag, and sagging sucks. And your hair starts to thin. It's losing color and coverage. And nobody feels good when they've got scalp showing instead of hair. And your body stops producing growth hormones, creating a long cascading list of degeneration that follows inside of the body. Now, recognizing and we hack this problem by recognizing that the key is human growth hormone. But we don't believe in growth hormone injections. You see, what we did is we created this supplement that'll naturally produce your body's own growth hormone, and we have a patent pending formula with 2 key ingredients or immunoboosters in it, which is a blend of amino acids that signal your body to create growth hormone production, plus the signal boosters, which is a blend of botanicals, which is unique to Renew, that inhibits DPP4, which helps your body produce natural hormone growth. Now that's beautiful. If you want more information on Renew, all you have to do is reach out to me. I'll get you access to it, and you guys will be surprised. When you set up the problem, it's getting old, but you don't have to get old. You can slow that and then agitate. You kind of put the knife in and you move it around so they can feel it viscerally. And when they feel it, you solve it, because an emotionally unaffected buyer will do what? What will they do? An emotionally unaffected buyer. What will they do? Nothing. They won't buy. So you've got to make sure you move them through the process. Hey, let's do this for the eye serum. How's that sound? Okay, here it is. Social media video that's helpful. We all want healthier looking, fuller eyelashes without getting extensions or catching COVID, God forbid, from the lash extension specialist. Because, we're all concerned about that. You don't want to take on more risk. And everybody wants fuller eyes, but the products on these eyelashes down the market, they harm the eyelids by burning the skin and creating red, dry, itchy eyes. And the eyes start to swell and the lids start to swell and they create irritation and a darkening of the eyelid skin. And some even experience brown pigment in the iris of the eye. And that totally sucks. An allergic reaction, and it doesn't look good. And the results that we have seen, because we've hacked this, are visually noticeable, like really quickly without harming your eyes. You see, we've hacked this problem, so we created a serum that's a natural formulation that promotes eyelash growth. And if you want to learn more about Lucent Plus and the eyelash serum, just click on the link in the comment section below and reach out to me, and I'll make sure that I answer any questions you have or get you access to it. Now, I want to give you a pro tip here. When you post it on social media in public, meaning not in a WhatsApp chat room, a private group, but in a public post on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, they will penalize you if you put the link inside of the description. So look here. Let's say this is a post, and don't worry about zone 1. Zone 1's like social, and then you're going to move them to the next location. But really what I want you to see here is if you put your link, adding a link in your public post, non-private group, that's what I'm talking about, will downgrade your exposure. So don't put a link to an outside location here because they'll downgrade the number of people. Instead, I want you to only add links in the comment section, and you can move people nicely to the next location you want them to visit. Does that make sense? All right, good. Now let's talk about creating a show and tell video. When do you create a show and tell video? When showing something is going to help your prospects better understand. You show and tell, like I'm telling now, and you show the images at the same time because light bulbs go off, and I'm a responsible communicator, and I want you to be a responsible communicator when you're influencing people because they'll buy from you at faster and faster rates. So let me show you, like whenever, an example of this, whenever you have to teach something visually or ask for money. If you've got to teach something visually because they're going to understand it better, teach them visually. But if you're going to ask somebody for money, every time, send them. It'll take you 2 minutes, but it'll impact your deal flow. I'll show you case studies in just a second. It'll blow your mind. All right? Here's an example. Create a show and tell video. Like, let's say we're talking about weight loss. You can increase people's understanding about the products that you have and the amazing results that your clients are getting when you can put those products up on the screen and show it to them. Dual coding theory of education. Remember, people will learn better, learn faster, retain it longer when you put the information in front of them and you tell them, just like I'm doing right now. And the dual coding theory of education will help you sell at freakish rates. Use it to your advantage. Put that material up on the screen. It could be a browser, and you could be on the website, or you could use a PowerPoint or a keynote and put your money maker on the screen, your beautiful face, because people do business with people they have relationships with. So make sure you put your face out there because they already love you. The trick is to get them to know, love, and trust you. So you've got to let them see your face because that's a big part of being trusted in the world we live in. Now, I'm going to give you a quick demo for 20 seconds. I'm going to show you how to create one of these types of videos where you put your information up on the screen and you record yourself at the same time. Here I am, 20 seconds, teaching you how to do it. Here we go. First, click on the Vidyard app. Then select your slides of your proposal that you want to display on the screen. Hit record, wave to your prospect, go through the material, and then when you're done, trim the edges. Enter your prospect's name, click send, and they've got your proposal video. Oh, they've got it right there. They're reviewing it. You're making their life easy. That's what we do. People that close more deals at freakish rates make their buyer's life easier. Now, in that video, I mentioned using a PowerPoint or a keynote slide. If you use the website, you can do that too. But the website, keep in mind, might have a lot going on. And your job is to eliminate confusion because confusion kills. But clarity does what? Clarity converts. Well done. Good job. All right. The tool that I used is Vidyard, and you can get access to it, vidyard.com. And get that tool. It's very inexpensive, like maybe $15 a month. Now, here is your video creation decision tree. You already know it, when to create a teleprompter, when to create a show and tell video, and when to create a selfie video. Great job. You've now been trained on how to create the 3 types of DIY videos that everybody needs to know how to create in order to sell at freakish rates in this world. Now, don't get frustrated when you're creating your videos. Like, you see that? That's Todd creating his videos. And yes, I'm the video guy, but I still have to go through the process. You got to honor the process. It may take 10 takes or 40 takes, but what it will do is with each and every take, your content will get better. And I look at it like this. I am a polishing stone tumbling down the river. And with each tumble, each take, I get more polished, more presentable, and more able to articulate that information so I can impact people's buying decisions. Another way to look at it is you're rewarded in public for what you've intensely practiced and refined in private. Remember when I gave you that assignment, that soul assignment, to create 5 videos this week where you're using the 2 keys? Yes, gratitude and sincerity. It's because you'll be rewarded in public for the repetition and the practice you do in private, and I want you to use that to your advantage. Now, you can also get really creepy. Let's get creepy for a second. How's that sound? You can spy on your prospects and help them sell at faster rates. You know, I used to have a 9-week sales cycle at my agency here, Wirebuzz. But when we started educating our prospects in video, we started eliminating the amount of time it took to educate them. And then they started buying from us in 1/3 of the amount of time. So we were closing deals with removing 66% of the time that it used to take. You can do that same thing. I'm seeing this across all different industries with my clients because it's not about the industry, it's about your buyer. And people learn better, learn faster with video, and the dual coding theory of education will make you more money and it'll close deals like you've never dreamt of before. So, when you spy on people and you get super creepy, here's what it looks like on the back end. You can see one individual prospect, like let's say you're selling to Jenny Sue in Amsterdam. Love Jenny Sue. You see Jenny went through this video. How much did she watch? Jenny looked at 98% of the video. Why is that important? Because Jenny watched the video almost all the way to completion. Now that tells me a lot. Let me give you an example. I'm going to do a big revelation here. It's going to shock you. I don't watch knitting videos, right? I don't do that. Why? Because I'm not a buyer. But who does? My mom. My mom crushes knitting videos. And if the yarn store or the knitting guru was watching, she would know that my mom is a buyer and she could follow up with my mom and sell to my mom all damn day, and you should be doing the same thing. Here's how it's done. All right, so Jenny Sue in Amsterdam watched 98% of the video. When roughly around the 80% mark, that's an indicator to me. This person's interested. They're a buyer. They rewarded us with attention span, and you could get an alert to your phone when Jenny Sue just watched this video, 98%. And you know what happens? Now you can follow up with Jenny Sue. You can even increase your swagger because you know she's interested in your material. Now let's build on this. Vidyard's the tool where you can track. It's also the one you can record your videos in. And I want to give you a quick case study. One of my clients, Live Person, they're a international cloud communications company, AI, big AI company. Now, by the way, I'm going to give you a case study. It's going to blow your mind, but you should know what are big companies? Big companies are their success is just the compilation of a lot of individual salespeople having successes. So what happened with Live Person? Well, I trained their entire sales team all over the world, just like I'm doing right now with you. And at the end of the quarter, their CEO told me, at the end of the quarter, we had a major blowout quarter with 31% growth and over $119 million in sales. Why? Because they educated people the way they prefer to learn. They use video. People are 4 times more likely to watch video. And when they're done watching, they're 85% more likely to buy. Let's sell more and serve more people, just like we did with Claudia, who identified the red flags and 4 days later closed a deal. So
by the way, I did my
some time on Claudia. So Claudia identified the red flags. When you get a red flag, I want you to sweep up. So what I look at it is, I see a red flag. And when I see a red flag, I make a mental note in my mind where I'm like, oh, there's like litter all over the room if I'm on the phone. And then when I'm done, or I write it down on a piece of paper, or when I'm done, I just look around at all the litter, all the junk on the floor, and I create a personalized video here, and then I sweep up. So here is, I clean up the relationship, basically. Anytime an important question is asked or somebody is confused, what is that? That is a red freaking flag. Red flag. And you see it on the floor, right? Then, let me give you another one. You create a video, you answer the question, and you eliminate the confusion. If a key decision maker isn't on the call, red flag. Why? Well, because your person you're trying to sell to, in most cases, my wife and I have been together for 22 years. When I make a purchase, still to this day, I talk to my wife about it. Even if it is just a product, like something small, I'll talk to my wife about it. Even if I want to have plumper lips, or I want to braid my eyelashes, and I want to talk to my wife about it. We make smart decisions together. I don't hide my investments, and nobody else really does. And everybody's got people that they consult with. So if a key decision maker wasn't on the call, red flag. If they say, I'm going to take this to my team, red flag. What are their team? Who's on their team? It could be a physician. It could be their dietitian. It could be their life coach. It doesn't matter. But if you hear that, trigger yourself as a red flag and sweep up. If you say to yourself, they're too dumb to understand how I can impact their business, red flag, right? And then that's on you, because responsible communicators own what comes out of their mouths, how it's processed, received, retained, and even shared on the other end. Be a responsible communicator. Sweep up and send them a video so they aren't dumb and now they're ready to buy. And if they ask a question that you can't answer, that's a red flag. You got it. So what do? Well, instead of sweeping it under the rug and hoping, please, dear God, that they don't use that question and have it end up eliminating the deal that you're working on, instead of that, which is what a bad salesperson does, I want you to go find your specialist, get them on camera, put them on Zoom. And if the question was asked by Jenny Sue in Amsterdam, when you record on Zoom with your specialist, just say, don't mention Jenny Sue's name, because you can reuse this video multiple times again in the future. So just say, Elon, I want to ask you about Renew and how it impacts, what's the key ingredient function that promotes HGH? And then the expert answers it. Now you can use that video multiple times, but wait, there's more. You see, if you do this enough times with a specialist, if you go back to the specialist each time another Jenny Sue asks, that specialist is going to be pissed at you. So create your own little library of the questions that you can't answer and reuse them all the time without identifying who the original person's name was. And the next thing you'll discover is you'll become the specialist because you'll have a library of all these rock star answers, and before you know it, they'll all be up here inside of your big, beautiful brain. If you want to close more deals than ever, say yes. Right now where you are, if you want to close more deals, say yes. Of course you do. And let me show you how you do this. What would your life be like if you could close 75% of the late stage deals by the end of the quarter? It would be amazing, wouldn't it? So let me talk to you about a sales funnel. In fact, we all have sales funnels. We fill up our leads in it, but here's mine, and I take my sales funnel everywhere I go. But the deals up here are less valuable than the deals down here. These are where people are just discovering you, like on social media. But when they start considering your product, this is a maturing lead. And then when they get down into the decision stage, like right around the time that you're sending them a cart link to buy, they're down here. So these deals are different. These are your people that are ready to buy. So these people, whenever I have a hard time making payroll at my agency, I'm always like, what if I impact these people? I can get more deals to dribble out. So let me show you how this works. The trick is to recognize that the deals at the bottom, 75% of your late-stage prospects, meaning the ones that are about to get a cart link or the ones that have already received them, 75% of those who received personalized videos became closed deals by the end of the quarter. It's basically, you're like plungering the bottom of the funnel and getting those leads to drop out, and all you have to do is create a personal video. And that's how I make it rain at Lululemon when it is my day off and go and buy stuff for my wife. Now, if you want to close more shopping carts than ever, you better pay attention because I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really easy. Here we go. People who use my next tactic when submitting items to be purchased generated between 41 and 103% higher close rates. Here's how they did it. Relying on your internal champion, the person that you've been educating, is a low success tactic. They will not be able to explain your product, your solution, your mechanism of action with the same level of energy, excitement, or certainty that you can. So here's how you impact it and be a responsible communicator. First, think about this young lady. Is she going to be able to explain her product purchases to him with the same level of energy and excitement that you could? Absolutely not. And relying on her, that's a bad strategy. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to put your beautiful face and your cart up on the screen. Use Vidyard. Put your cart up there and coach them through it and remind them about the products, and put your moneymaker up there and send it to them, and they will buy from you at freakish rates. And when they get the video, they'll look at it together, just like this couple. And so this is why I want this product, and I'm excited for it. And the husband's like, good, it makes sense. I mean, that person knows obviously what they're talking about. We should buy that. In fact, you should buy it from me too, right? Yeah, we should both get it. Totally. Educate both people. You'll close deals at faster rates, somewhere between 41 and 103% higher close rates. And that will change your ability to walk in to Lululemon with a wad of cash and make it friggin' rain. Let's do it. Let's serve people. Let's be responsible communicators. Let's educate them. And let's change the trajectory of your business. Now, when I did this for a client, and this is a big company, billion-dollar company in Canada, they said, send me the proposal. So you know what I did? I created a video where I coached my internal champion and the rest of her team through the proposal, and I texted it to her. Why? Why did I text it? Because text messaging gets 98% open rate within 2 minutes. And here's what happened. I texted it to her, and 5 minutes later, boom, you rock, thank you. Look at those exclamation marks. She loves me, you can tell. And then, because I'm super freaking creepy, I went on the back end and I spied on her team. One guy watched 98%, another one watched 99%, and 93%, 95%, and 98%. Yo, those are buyers. And within 2 hours, she sent me this next text message. Your video sold them. Totally made my job simple. So awesome. I'll be sending you a contract in a couple of minutes. Smiley face. Now, what happened here? Let's unpack this together, all right? Your video sold them. The video sold them, not the 20 meetings I had with her and the 20 hours I spent educating her. My video sold them because it totally made her job simple. That's our job, is to make the buyer's job simple. Make it so easy they can't say no because you made it so easy for them. All right, if you're now able to send prospects a show and tell proposal video that makes it easy for them to convince their support network, I want you to say yes wherever you are. Say yes, of course. That's how the game is played. The more clarity you provide, the more revenue you're going to generate. That's the whole lesson. Your job is to inject clarity anytime you get a red flag, anytime you get confusion. And the path to success is to take massive, determined action. And in doing so, you won't need more leads. You'll be able to manage the leads that you've already got, and you'll close more of them. Now, we have some soul assignments, my friends. You got to write a list of your helpful topics that lead people into the products that you sell. So what are the questions people are asking that you answer on a daily or a weekly basis? You want to supply what people are demanding. Write that. That is a soul assignment. When you're done doing it, it'll lift your soul. You'll get confidence. And when you get confidence, you'll go on to the next step. So what's the next step? 5 times this week, I want you to create an unlocking video that unlocks people's hearts using the 2 keys, gratitude and sincerity. I want you to also identify the red flags when anybody's confused, when a key decision maker isn't on the call, when they say, I'm going to take it to my team, when you say they're too dumb to understand how Slender Eyes can help them, or when anytime they ask a question you can't answer, red freaking flag, take action on it. And if you're helpful through each stage of your sales process, if you're a force for good in people's lives and you inject clarity every time you see confusion, you will defy the odds and your life will never be the same. I'm Todd Hartley. You've been great. Thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to hear about your success stories, your big case studies. Please reach out to me and let me know. I'm 100% committed in making sure that all of you at Unite sell more, serve more, and grow your book of business so you can live the life that you've always wanted for yourself. Thank you so much for your time. An incredible honor for me to get to do this with you.
Thank you so much, Todd Hartley. Fantastic intervention from Todd Hartley. We have a lot to learn from that. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. So thank you once again, Todd Hartley. Thank you. Now, guess what I have in my hand? The golden envelope. Yeah. It's time for the giveaway of our lucky draw. So, the lucky winner in this envelope will have an iPad, ring light, microphone, and Bluetooth speaker. Everything you need and much more for your online business and to put in practice all the skills you have learned with us. And the winner is... Oh, wow, okay, it's definitely... There's 2 winners. It's actually a couple. It's Paula and Stephen Weeks from Australia.